live. Welcome to my live stream. I'm here in Central Florida. It's 4:18 local time. 4:18 local time. I hope you can hear me. I'm wearing microphone, and today we're gonna unpack a beauty device and we're gonna use it. If you're afraid that the price is gonna go up, especially for the products from China, make sure you buy something you wanted to buy before, but you you delayed it. Don't delay. I bought this beauty massager because I read very good reviews. I don't believe as much in the beauty devices unless you go into your facial, but I decided to try. So I bought the ones that had the most reviews, and it has different type of lighting, and it's charging with USB, and it has 3 level of adjustments. Здравствуйте, добрый день, Larissa. So we're gonna open it and we're gonna try it. Как слышно? Напишите, пожалуйста. So we're gonna try it, and while I'm trying it, and then I'm gonna put my makeup again. For the couple of weeks I've been doing some beauty vlogs. I was putting my makeup, sharing with you my tips for the day makeup or for the night makeup. But anyways, yesterday I started to discuss the topic of being special, and do you tell your kids that they are special, and how you feel about yourself, if you feel special or not. Все нормально, спасибо большое. Цветочки, открываем бьюти-массажер. So after last night's event in my daughter's school, I was blown away, and I should say, like, when I start to have doubts in the future generation, I just need to go to my daughter's school event and just to get this faith in the future generations again, because this event blew my mind. Like, that was a event that I learned a lot about historical figures, and these kids, what kind of work they did, like the research and everything. На батарейках? Да, на батарейках. Actually, it says USB charge. Но можно подзаряжать через USB. Да, есть какие-то батарейки. Сейчас будем открывать. So, while I'm opening my beauty device to keep my beauty, I also gonna show you something. I bought this blush because I saw a lady who is doing makeup for mature skin, and this lady, she showed this beautiful I'm afternoon tea palette of the blush, and I couldn't resist. This is a blush from Korea, and I bought it for $20 from Amazon. So we're gonna try a new blush today. What I was trying to tell you is, last night when I was waiting in the car and I came out and I told you that my daughter will be presenting her project about Coco Chanel, all these kids in my daughter's school, they were presenting a historic figure, and they were telling a speech about that figure. They were dressed up in different costumes. It was about more than 70 kids, I should say, probably like 80 or 90 kids total, but the presentations were breathtaking. These kids, they're 6th graders, they're 10 and 12, 11 and 12, and these kids could speak. Most of their speeches were like very to the point, had facts about that historic figure. And who could have thought about Benjamin Franklin? I learned that he invented the oven. Like, did you know that Benjamin Franklin, Franklin, the father of the United States, he was the one to invent the oven. Pride or whatever, bro. Hi, welcome. So this is facial and neck massager. I bought it from, I don't know, it's made in China, so I was afraid it's gonna go up in price. So I read the good reviews and I was excited to buy and try it. It's very sleek. It comes with the little instruction booklet, and it comes with the little wire to charge it. I guess there is no plug. You can just use the plug for your phone. And that's the massager. And I guess I have to read, it has different LED light beauty device for face and neck. And there are different modes, there are different lights, and they're for different outcomes. Whatever you're trying to do, there are different lights. I don't believe much in LED lights, but because there were so many good reviews and your face, like you can massage your face and feel great, I wanted to try it. And because I'm not busy today, I already cooked my Russian soup. I already did like tons of laundry, and I already watched the movie. I'm taking it easy, so I'm going on my YouTube channel and doing my live stream, seeing people who want to stop by and watch me doing my beauty. Okay, I'm cleaning my face with my lavender toner. And then because this lavender toner has a little bit of, I guess it has a little bit of alcohol, I'm gonna use the same toner to clean up my newly purchased device. Okay, so this is a little booklet, and it tells you what are the different lights are for. So the green light is for vibration, the blue light is vibration and heating, the purple light is just has vibration, purple light. White light also has vibration. Pale blue has light and vibration. Yellow has light and vibration, and red has light and vibration. Interesting. So this is a protective cover. I guess I have to take it off to get the light, or do I have to keep it on? And it does say what each light do to your skin. Red light is supposed to be anti-aging and promote collagen production. Blue light soothe inflammation and calm sensitive skin. And I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it before, so it probably takes a couple of weeks before I see something. But to tell you the truth, in such a little tiny light, I don't have much faith. But I'm usually a pessimist, so take it with a grain of salt. If you have this device, let me know if you really notice the difference. Green light is supposed to smooth wrinkles and fine lines. Yeah, we need that. Purple light is supposed to promote lymphatic drainage. I don't know what it is. Yellow light is reducing melanin production. And pale blue light is reducing skin tension and swollen capillaries. I don't have that. White light is just relax skin and accelerate growth and filling of skin cells. Hi, I'm Kiran DSK. Welcome, Volleyball Girl number 9. Hi, welcome, Volleyball Girl. We have 12 viewers. Thank you for stopping by. Vibration massage, gentle vibration massage helps stimulate the muscles and lift your face and neck. Heating is 45 Celsius. Beautiful face, like it smile. Please, Bangladesh. Namrodel, welcome from Bangladesh. The appropriate temperature also makes your skincare routine more comfortable. So do we need to take this protection, or do we need to keep this little thing on? Like this white part. Do you know if we keep it on or we take it off for the light? Okay, instructions. How to use. Apply your favorite skincare products evenly to your skin after cleansing. Press and hold the button, the power on. Hold the sensing ring on both sides and place the sensor on your skin. The device will start vibrating. After a few minutes of use in hot mode, the sensor will begin to heat up. Okay. Massage your facial and neck skin from bottom up to promote absorption. It is recommended to use it twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Press and hold the button, the power off, and wipe the massager clean with the tissue after use. Okay, let's try it on. What do you think? If you are afraid that prices are gonna go up, make sure you buy something you plan to buy before, because I guess even from Temu and all this like Shein websites, even from those websites, you take it off, the protective cover, and it looks like it has this. I'm gonna clean it up just because I don't know how dusty it was when it gets out of the box. Okay, pressing the button, the red light come up. It says LED clear. Okay, So, oh, okay, that's level. The intensity level goes up and down up here, the intensity level, and then the light go here. Okay, how about we start with the green light, and it starts vibrating, and it says to put your favorite product. So we're gonna use this bubble moisturizer. It's not a paid promotion, it's just something I use on a daily basis. We can apply it to my neck, and we're gonna start using this new device and see how it's gonna work. So it's supposed, when you put the moisturizer, the device is supposed to just glide up and down your skin easily. So, and you know, I guess the product will get into your skin a little better with the light and with the vibration and with the little warmth. Okay, let me see. And then I'm going to tell you about the event a little more. So I went to a lot of tables just to listen to the presentations and look at the costumes. I'm not sure I'm allowed to. Okay, so how do you... Oh, okay, yeah, now it's vibrating. But why the light is changing? I didn't change the light. Okay, let's keep it red. Okay, it's vibrating. It's a little warm. It says to go from bottom up. Ooh, it actually feels good. It's nice and warm. It's vibrating. I don't know how you go about your nose. Oh, wow, I like it. It feels so good on your skin. Why didn't I buy it earlier? Nice. It's vibrating. I don't actually believe much in this red light, but maybe it's something. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I don't know how to do about the eyes, because I have like fine lines right under the eyes. Oh wow, that actually feels very good. I'm impressed. For $39, oh my gosh. It's like your personal day at the spa. Wow, I guess the moisturizer helps to glide it up and down easily. I don't know if I have to do it here on my decollete, but it feels so good on my neck. I'm so excited. It's really, really good. So I have to do it for 5 minutes. So now it's been 13 minutes in live stream. So let's see if I have patience to do it for 5 minutes. I probably will not. But anyway, so I'm not sure if I can show kids from the school in my video. I asked them if I can take little few minutes, maybe like 20 seconds of the video, and they didn't mind. But it was like you press the button on the board, and the wax figure, like they represent, it comes alive and it starts to tell the story. Like when they were born, what they are famous, what they're famous for, about a little bit about their history. It's warm. It's not very hot. I wish it'd be a little warmer to my liking, but it's very gentle. The warmth is very, very gentle. You from where? Okay, originally I'm Kate B. If you're first time on my channel, welcome to this live stream. I'm originally from Eastern Europe. My first language is Russian. I speak Russian to my to my father. I speak Russian to my husband. I speak a little bit of Russian to my kids. I immigrated in 2006 to live in Central Florida, Orlando area in the United States, and I've been living in the United States for the past 18.5 years. Thank you for the question. Explaining. Okay, I put red. Let's see, I already forgot. See, I have to have this booklet with me to tell you what red is about. Red light is anti-aging and promote collagen production. Okay, I need red light. Russian. Yes, I'm Russian. Feels very good. Yeah, I wish it warms up a little more. So far it just, yeah, you have to go upwards. Does yours have like 7 settings? It's hard to tell. Okay, so it's green. Yes, green. And then it's yellow. So with this button you change the light, and then you change the intensity of the light. It's a little confusing, and then when it lights up to say hot, it means that it's going to be hot. Okay, and then it says clean, and then it has massage mode, and then it has hot mode. So I guess you can just use massage mode without, you can use like red mode, and you can use the massage mode without it being warm. But for some reason, when you press the button, okay, I don't know. Let's keep it into, yeah, it says hot. Let's keep it into red. Oh my gosh. Now I don't know how to turn it on to be red and hot. Okay, right there. And I put it on the highest level. It feels really good. Okay, I have to do it for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And to tell you the truth, I don't have patience for that. Nope. I probably need to put the timer every time I do it in the evening and in the morning. But like even talking to you and showing it off, I don't have patience. I want to be done. Yeah. Yes, it does get warm. It says hot on the bottom setting, I guess. It feels good. It feels very good on your skin, especially I can see this side of my face gets a little more red. That's probably because I'm starting to. All right. Makes your face red? Yeah, it makes my face red too. Okay. And I've been doing it for probably 5 minutes already. I think that's it. I like it so far. I don't know if I'm gonna use it often because I'm like not patient with it. It says you have to use it between 5 and 10 minutes twice a day. And I actually am not sure if that light is sufficient. It feels like they sell big masks with red light, but I'm not sure how this light is sufficient in such a short time to do something for your skin. But anyways, it's me. I always doubt. I'm a pessimist. If you're an optimist, you're gonna really like this device. Okay, the green setting, let's see what is the green setting. The green setting is supposed to do smooth wrinkles and fine lines. Okay, so I need red and green. Let's do a little bit of green too. Fine lines, I started to notice a lot of fine lines under my eyes. It's nice and warm. And then we're gonna put makeup. So some of the historic figures I really liked yesterday were Jeanne d'Arc. Well, it's Joan of Arc in English. It's the girl that became saint in Catholic Church after she was burned. She was a fighter. She was 19 when they burned her for witchcraft. But she had a very cool costume. Do they have little ones for under the eyes? I don't know. I think this one should be used under the eyes. But when you put it under the eyes, this light, I don't know if it's sufficient and if it's enough time to put it under the eye like that. Maybe you should hold it for a few seconds. Well, I don't quite believe in it, but you know, I'll give it a try. I always wanted to try it because people... Hi, you're so pretty. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Okay, let me feel my skin. Well, I feel the moisturizer. I feel like a little bit of, I don't know if it helps with elasticity, but I feel like it's a little bit plumped. Like it's not saggy, it's nice and, you know, smooth, and it's... Yeah, the neck area shows your age the most. Yes, I did put bubble moisturizer. Hi, how are you? Thank you. I'm okay. I'm good. So today we're gonna... I think it's very distracting, so I'm done. What the blue doing to you? Blue and pink. Okay, purple light is promote lymphatic drainage, and yellow light reduce melanin production. I have no clue what is that. Pale blue light reduce skin tension and swollen. I don't have swollen. White light, so I'm gonna stick, in my case, I'm gonna stick with red for anti-aging and promoting collagen production, and I'm gonna stick with the green because the green is gonna smooth wrinkles and fine lines. And for blue light, you can soothe, the blue light will soothe inflammation and calm sensitive skin. Yeah, okay, so what do you think? It's a little bit red, I guess, from the massage, but that feels good. Okay, I will do that. Thank you for answering all this question. You're very welcome, Becca. Okay, stop by the next time. That bathroom is pretty. Yeah, that was a big project in 2020 when it was COVID. This bathroom was designed by me. Everything is pretty and everything is marble. I just love marble. I just love white. Lots of white. Thank you. Thank you for noticing my beautiful bathroom. That was a cool project. That bathroom is pretty. Thank you, Josie. So I don't know if I can start applying my makeup right away or should wait a few minutes until the until my moisturizer is actually in the skin, but it feels great. I just subscribed. Thank you, Becca. Thank you so much. You have a good day. It's Saturday. I hope you do something fun. Okay, my younger kid, she was tired after presentation. She kept, you know, people were stopping by because she looked so cute. She represented Coco Chanel and she had this little black dress. She was talking about how it became you know, fashion staple to have a little black dress. And then she talked about, hope you feel better, Becca. But it's good you have energy to clean. So and people stop by and press the button. She would say her speech like all over again. But when I was trying to film her, because other kids were talking and it was a big auditorium, the videos didn't pick up that, you know, the speech. You can't really hear the good sound. But you know, I just had so much fun going from table to table and see how hard these kids worked. And they got, some of the kids got rewards for the best costumes. There was a ballerina, Anna Pavlova. There was J.K. Rowling. There was William Shakespeare. He got a reward for the costume. There was a guy who was Alexander the Great. There was a guy who represented Elon Musk. I'm not sure. Past few days I have not. Okay. Thank you so much. Of course. So I'm not sure, like usually I think this kids, this generation, they have so much resources. This generation have internet, this generation have gadgets, this generation have computers. At 11, I didn't have a computer, you know, everything was in the library. You had to go wait for the books. You have to write your own research, your little paper, and you mostly copied the text, and you mostly read from the paper when you go to your classroom, and you're supposed to talk on the topic about some kind of author or something. I like your vibes. Thank you. You need to live more. Okay, I like your vibe. Thank you so much. I like your vibe too, Maria. Thank you for stopping by. So you know, back when I was a kid, like we didn't have that much resources, and because of that, I don't remember if I was able to speak publicly without reading from the notes, you know. So what you do back in the day, and I'm talking about, I was 11 in like mid 80s. I was 11, 12 in middle school, like mid 80s. Probably 86, 87, 88, 1988. So you go to the library, you get these books on the topic, and you write down your little paper, and you can't like memorize everything. Some people maybe did, but I remember I couldn't memorize. So you just go in your classroom and you stay there, and it's very boring. You have to read off the paper. You didn't have slideshow back in the day. You didn't have computers. So everything was pen and paper. And I remember when somebody has to come up and talk about an author or a historic figure, like everybody would just like sit down at their desks and like pretty much fall asleep because it was very boring. Yesterday, like this history event, they do it for the past 18 years in our schools. It was not boring. It was actually fun because people put work in there. Like we had Cleopatra. Of course, she could buy a costume of Amazon. Some people made their own costume. Joan of Arc, you know, she had the shield. She had the saber, or whatever you call it. She had the big red dress. So there was Marie Antoinette, there was Princess Diana, there was Estee Lauder, like among the fashionistas, like Stella was Coco Chanel, there was Estee Lauder, there was Mary Kay, Mary Kay, you know, this company that sells cosmetics. So a lot of figures. There were famous Olympic champions like Simone Biles. Somebody did an essay on like the live wax museum on Simone Biles. There was Katie Ledecky, the swimmer. So it was amazing. There were like President Obama, there was President Roosevelt, there was President Kennedy, there was even Jackie Kennedy there. And also there were some historic figures from Jewish community, people who helped Jewish people during the Second World War. So I learned a lot of new historic figures for myself. So I wanted to go and listen to their speeches, and they were dressed up, and their presentations were like spectacular. So I'm not sure I'm allowed to publish it on YouTube because I don't want to publish other kids, but I did little clips. So maybe some of my videos, when I show my daughter's presentation, maybe I put a little clips, and maybe I'll blur the faces. But yesterday there was a topic. Okay, don't take me wrong, there was a topic that kind of like I was interested to discuss with you, because I thought that when I was a kid, they didn't praise me much. In this culture, we praise our kids a lot more. So I was the one who was trying to find that balance between, like, don't praise them for every little thing, praise them for big things, just explain to them that some things are common sense, and they the values, the society, the common sense expects you to do that, like brushing your teeth, or cleaning after yourself, like after you eat, like helping with things around the house. So those things we don't necessarily, yeah, you praise them when they're young, when you teach them to do these things. You praise them like from the age 1 to 5 when they're learning to do these things. But when these things are done by teenagers in your house, you don't need to praise them every time because it's their input to the household. It's something we all do because we don't have servants in our house. And yesterday it made me think like why I consider myself special, but I don't consider my teenagers special. Because when I was a teenager, it was really hard for me. You know, when I was a teenager, we didn't have all these gadgets, we didn't have nice clothes, we didn't have nice food. We had very basic things. Sakala Harish, thank you for stopping by. I don't quite understand your comment. I don't know what's wrong with the mic. Is it too loud, or I speak too loud, or I speak too emotional? But thank you for your message, and thank you for stopping by in my live stream. So, like back in the day, nobody told me I was special. We had very basic things. We grew up with very basic things, and most of the time, our parents would teach us to figure things out. Now, kids don't need to figure things out as much because everything is easily available. Information is easily available for them. They have computers. They have better, you know, like appliances at home. We cook and we clean, and everything is a little bit easier for our generation. And my kids don't work at home as much physically because they like, you know, they do a lot of things after school, and they do school, and that's their main responsibility. So I don't expect them to, you know, to clean every day or clean the floors in the whole house. But I do expect them to clean their space after, you know, they do crafts, or I do expect them to take trash out from their rooms if they brought snacks in and they have wrappers. I do expect them to fold their clothes nicely. I do expect them to keep their bathroom clean. And those things I expect them to do just because I teach them to be independent, and I teach them not to be slobs. So for things like that, I don't think we have to go and praise them every time. Oh, thank you for doing that. Oh, thank you for cleaning the plate after you ate and at least brought it to the, you know, these days we don't even need to wash it under the running water. We just put it in the dishwasher. So for these things, I don't need to praise. But for the things, how hard they work at school and how hard they work at sports or other activities, like my daughter does theater. For these things, I agree, we have to praise. So my previous stream was about praise your kids wisely. So my philosophy was, we didn't get praise in my childhood. So now I'm catching up on praise, I'm catching up on my own praise, being an old woman sitting here on YouTube, getting all these compliments and feeling good about myself, right? So I'm compensated for all these years. When I was a kid, my parents had high expectations. We didn't have a like super good life. We had like okay life. We had to figure things out. We didn't have computers. We didn't have a lot of toys. We didn't have a lot of nice clothes. It wasn't nice for us. So praise was the little things people could give us. And even though my parents would criticize and expect more and be harsh on us, you know, so I don't get that concept. So now as an adult, I'm compensated. My kids on the other side, they were praised from very little age, going to preschool, having nice teachers, having great teachers at school since 5. So they were praised all the time for every little thing. And I don't want them to be spoiled with this praise. I want them to understand there is always compensation. There is always balance in life. Something is expected from you by default, and something that you do a little over average, you know, that deserves a praise. I don't want to become my mom, you know, when I'm old and like old menopause lady who is like not happy and who is like trying to be, you know, always being, you know, upset and mean and sensitive to every little things. I don't want to be my mom in that age and giving me hard time when I was teenager. I don't want that, because I know how I felt back then and how I felt like later in life, having all this, you know, issues and complexes, and like I didn't understand why. But I try to balance. On the other hand, I don't want to become super American mom that praises forever little things and close her eyes when like something happening behind her back, and she had no clue because she was praising them all the time, and she was trusting her kids all the time, and she missed something, and she wasn't there to help them to stay out of trouble. So I want to find like that balance. And I know when we talk about these balances, sometimes people say, oh, you can be perfect, those balances are not achievable. Yes, they are achievable if you have small goals. I'm not trying to ask my kids to win the Nobel Prize, right? But I do expect my kids at least to graduate from college, So I don't ask my kids to build the rockets or be a brain surgeon. But I do want them to have a profession that they can provide for themselves and be independent financially, be independent emotionally, be independent adults, and being independent functional adults. So there are things that I will praise for if they are a little bit more than average. So that's my philosophy. On the other hand, my husband is different. He praises for the effort, he praises for the work, so he praises for the process because he feels it's more support. And that kind of motivates kids to continue doing something, to put the effort in their school and their whatever activities and their sports. So I think that in the family, if you have a significant partner, a significant one by your side, or your father to your kids, or you have grandparents, you always can agree between themselves what is the main goal, but the tools you use can be different. I can just say, okay, I'm happy you got 90, but 90 is almost B for me, So I'll be happy for you that you got 90. But in order to consistently have good, solid A, you try to be a little more than 95, and I'll be still happy about 90. It's not about the grades every time. It's about the big picture. And sometimes, if they get B and they get upset, don't take me wrong. I'm not making sour face. I'm supporting them. And it's important to tell the kids that you know how they feel because you were there once and you remember how you felt. Hi, girl. Cece, welcome to my live stream. Thank you for saying hi. Can I ask you something, Shiva? Yeah, sure. Ask me something. So, but on the other hand, I have high expectations, but it's always nice to tell your kids, okay, I know how you feel. I know you can do better sometimes, or it was just a bad day, or you just, something happened. And I remember how they try to balance sometimes. Shiva, ask me. She's busy. Maska knows everything about me. Yes, ask Maska. So, and it's not about every little thing, it's about the big picture. And I always tell them there is always room for improvement. If you can do something in one day, I believe in the theory of compensation. The other day will be, way better, that it balances out your bad day or bad mark or bad whatever. Even if you make mistakes and you fail sometimes, it's totally fine because we learn from these mistakes. And for me, it's important that my kids know how to move on rather than get stuck in there and be sorry for themselves. Because back in the day, I was very anxious about things. And if I made some mistakes, I've been thinking about it. I was stuck in the bad mood for a lot of time. And for my kids, I want them to, okay, mistakes happen, failures happen, school can be rough. Some test me, как прошло вчера шоу? Супер, я в восторге. Там были такие костюмы, такие дети. Я не знаю, если я смогу показать. Может быть, я сделаю как blur faces, but I'm not sure if I am allowed to film other kids. Somebody asked me in Russian, how was the show? It was amazing. I loved how these kids dressed up, and they didn't read from the paper. All their speeches were like they shoot their speeches in 2 minutes. They memorize them. They were great kids, amazing kids. So that's what I'm trying to tell. I'm 48. I'm allowed to be special just because, I wasn't special back when I was growing. But my kids are vice versa. They're very special now because I think they're privileged just to grow in the greatest country in the world. Can you tell me my name? Sisi. Your name is Sisi, true? Okay. Welcome, Cece. Welcome to my live stream. So, sometimes they don't have faith in the future generation because they think, oh, they're lazy, everything easy for them. They have computers. They can look up every little history fact in their phone or their computer. They don't need to memorize anything. Who's gonna be surgeons when we are old? Sometimes I have this pessimism about future generations. But being in that school yesterday and seeing these kids putting an effort, learning history in this fun way, and representing somebody with dressing up, with thinking their presentation. Да, еще раскрывается. They're almost a week old. Уже неделя им, они еще раскрываются. Много таких бутонов, очень свежие. И это я меняю воду часто, и они стоят долго. Я люблю эти гвоздички. So after this, and I told my husband, my thought is like, we should go to these events more often, because that kind of gives me, again, and it's probably me, probably you're fine with this generation. You're totally fine. You don't agree with my opinion. I'm sure you agree that there's nothing wrong with this new generation. They're allowed to be lazy. They're allowed to, be silly. They're allowed to be like not too smart. They're allowed to be up to, whatever standards they want to be. But for my generation, because I grew up in a strict environment and discipline, because everybody was expecting from me, something, more and more and more, I can say that I'm very pessimistic, because I kind of think these kids have so much that they don't know simple things. Like, my daughter wouldn't know how to sew a button on the dress. Like, if the button, like, do you know people in the United States, if the button falls off your clothes, they bring it to the seamstress. They bring it to the dry cleaning people so they can get the button getting sewed. I'm the girl, and even my dad, who is like 83 now, he knows how to sew a button. Okay, have fun, love you. Give me a hug, please. I love you.
I love you too.
Please don't distract Casey when she's driving. Okay. Don't have too much fun, okay? I love you. Okay, my daughter is living with her friends. They're going to a movie, and her friend is driving, so what? I'm kind of pessimist, but that's what I told to my husband. Let's go to a lot of events. When we go to the events in my kids' school and I see how smart kids are at 11, yes, because they have resources. It doesn't matter, they don't do anything. They have resources, but they have to put their own thought in their presentation. They have to put their own thought in their costume. And they have to be... some kids are shy, and some kids cannot do public speaking. Like when random adults come to their presentation and they want to hear, they didn't speak, they didn't make eye contact, and they didn't speak loud enough, and you could tell they're shy. But nevertheless, they put a work in their presentation. They got the costume, and and I see that effort. Okay, oh my God, where are you from? I'm from Turkey. Okay, welcome from Turkey. What accent is that? I'm Russian. I speak Russian, but I live in the United States for the past, I've been living in the United States for the past 18 and a half years. But I'm Russian. I'm Russian, Moldovan, Ukrainian, whatever you want to call it, Eastern European. So I tell my husband, and I feel like that after every little event at school, because when they put the show, I'm like, wow, these kids can act. This show like a real professional production. When they go to their shows, like in the theater, they rehearsal, they have this organization, they're in the theater until late hours sometimes to put this show. And again, with this historical event, the teacher has been doing it for the past 18 years. So I guess they see how beneficial is that experience for the kids to learn history in a fun way rather than reading a boring textbook or just sit in the library like we went and write down from a book. We would write down on the, on our piece of paper and then read it in class. That was really boring. So when I was growing, I didn't want to learn history that much because it was pretty much just reading and mundane discussion in class, and somebody would reading their speech from the paper. And these kids, they were so artistic yesterday. Okay, oh my God, where are you from? I'm from Turkey. Okay, thank you. I have 7 viewers. Thank you so much. So I'm like, hey, don't be pessimistic. This kid's gonna become doctors and engineers and architects. These kids are smart because we giving them resources. Yes, when they say they're privileged brats because they live in the best country, just because they have like a variety of foods, they have a variety of clothes, they always have hot water in the tap, they don't go to the well to bring the big buckets of water, they don't work physically as hard as we worked. It doesn't mean that their brains are not developing. Their brains are developing 100 times more than our brains back in the day, because we worked physically and we were forced to find our way to do things. But now, they don't care. If they don't want to sew a button, they can just pay money for somebody to sew that button for them, And for me, it was a shame, but now I understand it's just my perception of things. It has nothing to do with shame. If they can iron their clothes with the iron board, they can make enough money and go and drop their clothes in the, whatever it's called, like dry cleaners. And they don't care. They don't have to explain to you these things. Yesterday I was sewing the button for my daughter, and I'm like, do you know how to sew a button? She says no. And I'm like, at 11 I could almost cook my own meal. I could cook my salad, I could cook on the stove, I could light up the gas stove. And my kid at 11, she doesn't know about how to sew the button, but she knows so much more things about these historic figures that she learned in class from her peers and from this presentation. Your husband is lucky. Thank you, Kayleen. I think so too. He always tells me about that how lucky he feels and how happy he is with me. So thank you. So I shouldn't be pessimistic. I should be optimistic that this generation, they have their flaws, but it doesn't need to be flaws just because I had different standards back when I was growing up. I had different environment, or I have a different country, or I have different mentality. They don't have to be flaws. They can make lemon juice out of lemons. So even if they're flaws, they can give them room or motivation for something else, So for example, that's what I say. My daughter she doesn't know how to sew a button. Okay, forget it. I'll sew a button for her. But in the time I sew a button for her, she learns something that she needs to get good education and be, in this environment where it's very, it's very competitive environment to get to a good school here. It's very competitive environment to, have your test scores like up high in the high school to be accepted in a good college and a good school. So I'd rather teach her to work hard on her education at this moment rather than making her cook meals for the whole family. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I cannot expect them to be stuck helping me around the house when they have more important tasks for their development and for their future and for their education. I can't expect them to be cleaning their bathrooms for 3 hours when they can study, or they can do sports and can do a little more meaningful things that will help them down the road to learn like life skills, to learn, to stay healthy, to be physically active. So I know cooking and cleaning is also a part of physical activity, because, try to wash the floors without any gadgets, just with the rag and, like being on your knees, try to wash the floors, and it's the best workout. But at this age, I don't expect my kids to do that for me, because I can do it myself, or I can ask and pay for a helper. I want them to be focused on education, and I want them to succeed in this competitive environment. I want them to have you know, good skills and brain and like in school, so they have some future in college, so they're not going to struggle in college, so they're going to be prepared for learning, you know, like learning something and become a professional. And I don't know what area they're going to pick. And I watch some like old movies, and like back in the day, we had a lot of influence from our parents. Like our parents didn't understand us. They were just, you know, telling us like college is the must, but they wouldn't care about the profession. If you want to go to college and become an actress, you know, my parents would be like very pessimistic about it. They wouldn't support me. They would say, no, the profession should be a bulletproof that makes money. I kind of have that mentality too. I want them to have a bulletproof profession that in any period of time that, you know, now we're afraid of artificial intelligence that can take away some people's job. I'm a little bit afraid of artificial intelligence, you know, taking some easy jobs away. So I want my kids to be ready when they grow up, that in any time of, you know, like world developing, their profession will feed them, you know, their profession will kind of provide them basic needs. And I kind of hope they're not gonna make money just for basic needs. I kind of hope that they also gonna have a profession that will help them to be above average. I'm almost finished, Kate. Okay, that's fine. So, and yesterday I told you, like before I went to this presentation, I told you, don't tell your kids they are so special every time. But after each speech, I was like, thank you so much. You did good. You know, I was praising these kids. So I was doing opposite from what I told you before, that I don't praise them for every little thing. Yes, yesterday I praised those kids for the work they've done. And I praised those kids for the courage. And I praised those kids for learning maybe like facts, and learning about like figures who left impact on the world, about historical figures in that fun way. So that was my speech. And yesterday, okay, now I'm ready to put makeup on. Let me wash my hands and I'm gonna start applying my foundation. Oh, this is not a toilet. My toilet is a separate room. If you want to see my toilet, I show you my toilet. So this is a bathroom. My toilet is right here. Here, just because you asked, this is my toilet. So if you want me to have live stream in my toilet, be my guest, but not today. Okay? This is my bathroom. This is my bathroom. Thank you, Sisi. Okay. You don't need makeup. Space frog. You're so cute. Frog. What is what does unique mean? Space frog. You don't need makeup. Everybody needs a little bit makeup. So especially for the blondes and pale skin, I suggest you use makeup because it kind of brightens up your face. And because I bought this new blush, I'm gonna open it and share with you. So yesterday, yes, I told you, you know, your opinion can change, but you know, big picture remains the same. So what I was trying to tell you, you praise your kids wisely, but it's really up to you. Whatever your expectations, whatever your values, whatever your family expectations from your kids, do whatever rocks your boat. I'm not here to, you know, to manage or micromanage other adults. I'm here to express my feelings and philosophy, and my philosophy, how I see this life, and how I see raising children in this culture is different from where I grew. And maybe some people who raising kids in different environments, like overseas, like, you know, I went overseas, you know, I didn't know back when I was a kid, I didn't know my kid's gonna grow up here. Okay, how about using this nude Duo Forever? What we're gonna use? I'm going to use a little sponge to apply it. I'll wet my sponge. I subscribe, Cece. Thank you. What fields look good after AI? Okay, what fields look good after AI? Doctors, architects, people who know math and can count, because you know AI can be dumb. And before you teach AI to do things that you know people can do, I think I never believed in a lot of humanitarian professions, so AI can, you know, threaten those humanitarian, like editors who write books, like writers and composers. Didi, you're Romanian? No, I'm not Romanian. I'm from Republic of Moldova. I'm Moldovan. Moldovan. Okay, I'm running out of this beautiful makeup, and this is called Forever Nude. But let me see, I still have a little bit, so I'm gonna pump. I love how it looks on my skin. It's so gentle. Okay, so I do have faith in new generations. So let kids be kids and focus on the studies. Don't make them work hard in your household. Yeah, they need to know basic things of like cleaning after themselves and helping you around the kitchen, or folding their clothes, or keeping their room clean. But you know, don't expect them to take time away from their studies and from succeeding at school. Don't take time, you know, if you think that physical work in the house is more important than education. No, it's not the case, you know. It's like when some societies thinks that girls don't need education because they're going to be housewives. I'm not a feminist, but I think it's totally wrong. I'm raising two girls, and I'm telling them that first of all, they have to succeed and be strong themselves, and then the God will send them a good partner. So what time is it now? Now it is 5:15. Oh, we've been 56 minutes. Okay, it's probably gonna take us about 10 minutes to put makeup, because I wanna show you this beautiful blush, and then the live stream will be over. But thank you for stopping by. So you're gonna ask for my kids. So my kid is almost 16, and she has her own plan on weekends. She's doing great at school, so I don't have to worry about her sitting all weekend and doing her homework. So she is going to the movie with her friends, and some of her friends turned 16 already and they drive. So she is getting a ride. But she has a curfew, so she has to be home by 10. And my other daughter, my little one, she went to a soccer game. My husband is a big fan of Orlando City soccer team. We support our local team. So he had tickets to go to a soccer game. And my young daughter, Stella, she loves to hang out with her dad on the weekends. And I'm happy about it, because dad make big difference in girls' life. The thing that really worries me is AI getting smarter than humans. In some things. But for example, how AI gonna do a brain surgery, you know? It can give the points and information, and it can recognize things if you put, you know, AI needs a knowledge base too. So AI has to be taught how to grab information from the knowledge base, right? So if you learn how to be a neurosurgeon, AI is not threatening to you, because AI is not gonna make decisions that are experienced neurosurgeon can do. So, but let's say lawyers are threatened because AI can draft a lot of letters about, you know, like taking information from the knowledge base about different cases, and the AI can be taught how to draft letters when the lawyer asks you let's say 2,000 for a certain letter, the AI would do it for you cheaper. So I think humanitarian professions are more threatened than the, you know, the professions that the science STEM professions. Loving the makeup. Brooke Collins, thank you. So this is very light, and I wanted to tell you, I'm gonna always thank this viewer, Lena R. She suggested I buy this inexpensive BB cream from Amazon. It's from Miss Shah. I think it's part of Korean cosmetics that is very popular. And this is, if you don't like foundation, if you think it takes too long to apply foundation, or you feel that foundation makes your skin a little too heavy, just use this BB cream because it's moisturizing. It has SPF 42, like sun protector, and I highly recommend it. And I really am really grateful to my viewer to suggest it because it's very inexpensive and it's easy to apply, and it cut my makeup routine in the morning like in half, because it usually takes me 20-25 minutes to put my day makeup. While I'm talking, it takes longer because I like to show off and express myself. But with this one, it takes me less than 10 minutes to put my makeup in the morning. So BB cream is your friend. But today I haven't used this one in a while because I only have a little bit left, and I'll probably ask my beautiful sister in Germany to buy me this foundation again, because I couldn't find it in Sephora here. They don't have this particular nude kind. Okay, so what do you think? Is it too light? And today I'm running out of my concealer, but today I'm gonna put concealer. I was so tired last night because, you know, when I go to I was emotionally involved in every kid's presentation. I wanted them to do good. And when they speak, some kids are so artistic. They put little laughs, little jokes in there. And I'm like, wow, at 11, they're so self-confident. Remember me at 11, I wouldn't be able to speak freely like that, memorizing all the facts about, like, and pretending I'm a historical figure. They speak from their, like, they say I, like if they talk about the person, they say I. Like Stella would be Coco Chanel and she would say I was born, like my mother was this and this, and I died on that day of the blah blah blah. And they would say a famous quote. And what I liked about Stella's famous quote, like Coco Chanel's famous quote, I learned it. I didn't know that. Her famous quote is, the beauty starts, check this out, the beauty begins when you decide to be yourself. Loving the makeup. Thank you, Brooke. So the beauty begins when you decide to be yourself. Yes. And you know, that's true. That's true. They suggest you put a little bit of, like here, so you put your face up. I need to buy more of this concealer, and you put it here. And for this one, the concealer is a little more, the texture is a little more thick. So everybody, like all the makeup bloggers, they suggest you use your finger, because your finger is a little warmer than other, you know, like brushes and stuff. And with your finger, you need a really thin layer of concealer, and with your finger you can kind of like tap it and buff it better in your skin. And your concealer that covers the dark spots, it has to be a tone lighter than your foundation. You probably know that. I don't need to tell you that, but you know, I've been watching a lot of makeup bloggers, and that's how I remember things, and because I'm telling them to you, that's how I keep remembering them. It's 00:22 at night in Turkey. Okay, good night. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. I hope life in Turkey is beautiful for you and you're happy with your family. Okay, tap. See, now you cannot see Okay, can still see my rosacea on my nose. Okay, blend it in. Okay. Okay. So what do you think? And then we're gonna use the powder to blend everything together. Hi, I'm from India. Arhan, welcome from India. Stop. What do you think? Are we going to put, I'm here, see you here. Are we going to put a little bit of, yeah, I feel like putting a little bit of contouring today. How about that? How about that? For contouring, I'm using this product. It's not a paid promotion, Fenty Beauty. I just like, and for contouring, I'm going to okay, I don't know what did I do. So it has to go from the top of your ear, it has to go to in the middle of your eye, not too far, like here, like here, has to go up, and then a little bit here, and a little bit here, to make your face a little more oval, and a little bit here. So what is contouring doing? It's shaping up your face. It kind of gives the little dark, I think same thing is shaking down there. Okay. Okay. So I made a little mistake here on the nose. So I'm gonna okay, now we're gonna blend in with the blending brush. We're gonna blend in our contouring, and again, don't be afraid it looks a little darker. It does. You can use your bronzer for contouring, but I'm using the special contouring stick because I like when it's not the powder, it's more like you draw in with the pencil. Dark here a little more. What do you think so far? Oh, красиво. Like it? Okay, goodbye, good night. Thank you for stopping by and taking part in the conversation. Так. Okay. So I don't know what jobs are not threatened by AI. I probably need to make my own research on the topic, but let me tell you, tomorrow marks 10 years I work in the big university library, and I work in the acquisitions where I deal with vendors and, you know, spending somebody else's money. And when I expressed my concern to my boss about AI doing my job, she said, no, I shouldn't be worried about that because I'm way smarter. There are a lot of situations that are not standard in my job, and there need to be a person, because AI, you need to understand that AI has to deal with a lot of standard procedures, but if the procedures vary every time, AI would have to have a knowledge base to go and check what you do if, like to have all these conditions. In my job where I place like different interesting orders, there are so many ways to go about them. Communication with vendors, things going wrong, sending materials back if they come damaged. That I don't know, it's probably will take more than 17 years. I'm kind of thinking that I'm planning to work in the place I work now for another 17 years before I retire. That's my goal. It's been 10 years. Tomorrow is my work anniversary. I've been working there for 10 years. So I'm planning to work there another 10, at least, maybe another 15. Yeah, 25 years. After 25 years, you can be retired and you get this, big chunk of money from your retirement plan you were putting away. So maybe at least 15 years. Do you think they can teach AI to do my job with ordering different types of materials and making sure that every vendor, every situation that is not straightforward, that is not standard and unique, that the AI can deal with, tons of emails? And a part of my job is still physical, because if it's print material, somebody needs to open it, somebody needs to process it, somebody needs to stamp it, bring it further to the next department to catalog it and stuff. So I work in the library and I work in acquisition. So we acquire materials for the library. Most of the materials are digital now, like most of the materials are electronic books and databases. That's, the main focus now. People don't want print books as much. But I think that I do a lot more work that AI can learn in the next 15 years. So at least I'm safe in the place I work. At least I'm safe, and my job will not be taken in the next 15 years. Yes, there are changes in processing and keeping the records. Some operations, like putting data in the system, or some operations are already been taken by AI. Like sometimes I don't need manually to enter invoice in the system. It shows up there because they have EDI, electronic document delivery, or something from the vendor. The vendor system speaks to our library system, and the invoices just show up there. I just need to make sure everything balanced out and I have the materials. If the materials are not missing, that I'm paying for something that really I received. So some of the procedures are already been automized, or whatever you say. It's a part of the AI, but it still needs the human. It still needs me to assess if everything is in order, if the actual electronic materials have access, if you can really click on the link. Somebody has to do it. So if you really click on the link, if I can click on the link and see the book coming up, that means that the student or the professor, or whoever needs it, the patron, whoever needs it from the library and sign into the library web page, would be able to access this book like from anywhere. So that's what I do. And you think sometimes, like sometimes I think my job is not that important, but for some reason, when I'm out for a week on vacation, nobody does my part. I have to come back in a week and piled up with all these things that went wrong. Are you married? Troll Boygis. Yes, I'm happily married. I got married in 2008. So this year, in December, it's going to be 25 years since, oh, what I'm saying, no, year 2025, it's going to be 17 years since I got married. Okay, let's check this out. I really like that because it was Korean makeup. It was very inexpensive and I like the colors. And this is, okay, this is like cool undertones, this too, and this is more warm undertone. But the lady who was using it, she suggested that we use all of them at once. So we put the blush brush around all of them. And let's see, I'm really excited to use it. So do you even see my contouring? I think this contouring is so subtle, you can't even see. I put a little bit of, I made some parts of my face to be a little darker. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I need a little more. Okay. Okay, what do you think? I just want it to be even. So you add more and then you realize it's not even on the other side. So what do you think? Like it so far? Let's try this. Okay. Well, thank you for the question. All right, how do I open that? How do I open that? Okay, that's a little thing. It's probably you can send back if you opened it. But okay, it's very cute. Oh my goodness. And I like the name of it. It says, I'm afternoon tea. How cute is that? So I really like this blush and I really like this blush. They're like have cool undertones. I'm not sure. Do you see like when I look in here, all of them are a little cool, have cool undertone, like pink cool undertone. But this one on I think when I see it on my phone screen, this look a little more peach. What do you think? And the lady who were promoting, she wasn't really promoting, she just was, I think she was in her 60s, but she did the perfect makeup, flawless makeup. She given tips how to, you know, some of the areas that have more wrinkles, how to conceal them with the makeup and how to lift your face up when it's starting to go down with age. So she had this palette and I really liked how it looked at her and I'm like, wow, I need to check it out, but I didn't want to buy like very expensive ones, so this was reasonably priced. And what she did, she used angle brush and she said she tried to put all them together like that on the brush and then like they mix up on your face, and she goes on her cheekbone up, not too low, because it has to have effect of lifting your face. Oh my gosh, they feel so good. This blush, I'm impressed with the Korean cosmetics. They feel so good. You know, I bought this crazy hourglass from Sephora for $28. I still have it because I use it like, but this one not as easy. Like by the time you get it on the brush, it's like very stiff. And this one is so soft. And it's so weightless. Oh my gosh, I like it. Don't worry if I put too much. We're gonna blend it in. Beautiful. What do you think? So she told the lady, she told to use all three of them like that. Oh my gosh, what do you think? Do you like this blush? I have 6 viewers. It's been 1 hour 18 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna stay for another 12 minutes to make it 1:30 and I'm gonna be on my way. Oh my gosh, such a pretty blush. I love it. I love it. Okay. It's not, it doesn't have any sparkles in it. It's matte. And I like it about it because the sparkles in your blush make your fine lines to be visible more. So it's not dewy, it's like matte, and it's very nice to your skin. It looks like both blush and bronzer. Yeah, you think this might be a little look like a bronzer? Okay, yeah, oh my gosh. I hope it's not. I wanted a little cooler tone, but when I apply it, I still see peach. But when I look straight in my mirror, I see more cooler undertones. Yeah, what a good blush. $20. I'm pleasantly impressed. Good blush, good massager, good. I like it a lot. Wait until 2024. Thank you. I think I need to go and kind of blend it in a little bit. I want to purchase a kabuki. Have you heard about kabuki brush? That's all the beauty bloggers using the kabuki thick big brush to blend stuff in, but I'm gonna just use this one just to blend the blush in. And then I was looking for a highlighter that doesn't have sparkle particles, and everybody rave about ELF one that calls Halo Glow. And I looked it up, and it's very inexpensive, and it's a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. So I already put it on my list to buy, to try it on, because I only have this highlighter from no, not Lancome. What is my highlighter? Let me show you. I have this liquid highlighter, Liquid Glow from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I was told that with this highlighter it has too much pearl in it, and that's why for the older mature skin like mine, it can show off the lines a little more, the fine lines a little more. So when you buy the glow, if you have mature skin, you can try this ELF Halo Glow, because it doesn't have this pearl particles in it. It's more like it just gives the light, it just gives the gloss. It doesn't give as much sparkle of gold in it. Yes, dear, true, Jeff. Hello, welcome to my live stream. Okay, don't put a lot. Don't put a lot. What do you think? You can put a little bit on your nose. I didn't even put the much of contouring on my nose to make it a little smaller today, but I tried. Let me see. I tried. Okay, so see what contouring do to your nose? It makes it a little smaller because the light doesn't reflect from the contouring. The light reflects from the top of your nose. Okay, blend it. Okay, and that's it. That's it today. That's it. I only put highlighters here just to give it a little glow on the tallest part of my cheek. Okay, I also started to look new tutorials for them. Look Good. Where you from? I'm from Eastern Europe originally, but I live in the United States, Central Florida, Orlando area. Okay, so I stopped using makeup a couple of years ago, but I'm currently thinking about buying products again. I'm not up to date with any of the products or brands. This live helped me a bit. Yeah. If you want to start with watching up some videos, like basic things if you're coming back to makeup, and they're gonna tell you what's good on the market. And I trust those beauty bloggers because they not only promote luxury brands, they also promote like regular drugstore, very inexpensive brands. And like I say, one of my viewers suggested this Miss Shah, and that's been amazing BB cream because it just gives you a subtle tint. It's not like a full-blown foundation, and it keeps your skin moisturized through the day. So why not? And it's only $9. So this, you know, like pencil Anastasia Beverly Hills from Sephora, it's $25. But you could look at their store brands that, you know, you can buy a pencil as cheap as $3 from the regular store, drugstore, and there's gonna be still a good pencil. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just brushed a little bit my eyebrows and I make them a little darker since I haven't been to my roots for about a month now. See how fast they grow in a month. I usually go every 2.5, 3 months because, you know, I do highlights only on my roots. Most of them are annoying, but I trust you. Haha, wait until 2024. Oh, thank you. That brings a smile on my face. Thank you so much. No, I'm very frugal with my money. I grew up with nothing, and now at 48 I want to experiment different things, but I'm still frugal. I still buy a $20 blush and I think, wow, this is incredible. I would never think that I could afford it ever when I was a kid, you know. Makeup back in the day was like my mom only had a lipstick and a little powder, you know, like she didn't have much. Your hair looks so shiny. What do you use? Nothing special. Let me show you. I use this Wow product after it's Dream Cocktail Leave-In Smoothing Treatment. It's coconut infused, and I use it before I start drying my hair because my hair is super dry. And this is what I use. Wow. And I don't use it as much because you only need few little pumps to kind of put it in your wet hair, and then when you dry it, it's supposed to work when you dry your hair. So it says but thank you. My hair is super dry, so when you say it looks shiny, it's a big compliment for me because I try to make it look shiny, but most of the days it's like very dull and frizzy and very dry at the ends. I also have, let me see if I have that. Yeah, see, I have this Silk and Shine, but this is very greasy. It has argan oil, so if I put that too much, it's very greasy. My hair, I need to wash it probably like the same day in a couple of hours. So this is like, you can use this one, Sleek and Shine anti-freeze serum, but very little, like almost like a tiny little drop. But thank you. Okay, so what I was talking about, try with the drugstore brands, you know. Your hair looks so shiny. Thank you. $20 should definitely be enough for blush. The beauty industry overprices everything chronically, so people are used to absurd prices. Yeah, and what saddens me that my daughter, she's almost 16, she doesn't need that much makeup. But because, you know, Instagram, because like Snapchat or whatever, her friends, because people are exposed to that, and they see it and it's in your face, and everybody rave and everybody show these videos about how makeup changes you. She wants to buy expensive products for herself too, and I'm like, dude, you don't pay bills yet. You can't afford that makeup. I could only afford it after like being 45. So I encourage her to not to put too much on her face. She only, yeah, she likes all these lip products, and you know, like each lip product can cost like $25, $30. I'm like, dude, that's expensive for your age. Okay, so today for my mascara, I'm going to use this base, it's Lancome Definisil Lengthening Mascara. And again, if you want lengthening mascara on a budget, This one, I swear, this one of the best telescopic. It's telescopic L'Oreal. That's from a regular grocery store, like $10. And I found this in Macy's on sale. I probably paid for this, I told before, like $30 for 3 items. That was on sale. But one of those can cost $42, so I scored. So if you have Macy's account, shop for makeup at Macy's, because they have really good sales sometimes. And sometimes Lancome website has 25 or 30% off. Sephora doesn't have like such big discounts. So if you see 25 or 30% off on the website of the brand you like, they give you a coupon. Just buy whatever you need. So I don't have a lot of eyeshadows, but I started to look tutorials on eyeshadows, and I'm very excited to try. Next time we'll probably try some eyeshadows. Okay, I need to look. So I put the primer. Oh my gosh, see? With the primer, my eyelashes, they just so long. Let me see. Wait. Wow, this is a crazy mascara. Yeah, it's really lengthening. Look how long my lashes are. Isn't it crazy? I messed up everything. Красиво. Очень красиво. Now I have to use this to go and separate them. Don't do that if you're afraid to poke yourself in the eye. But I've been doing it for the past 30 years, so I'm very experienced with separating my eyelashes with the needle. I'm just OCD about that. But most of the bloggers, beauty bloggers you watch, nobody does that crazy trick. But I do, so I think of myself as being OCD in this department. I just like when my lashes are not in a bunch. They're separated. See how they're separated, and I messed up, and I have to wait. See, I put a lot of mascara on the top of my eye, and instead of like using the Q-tip right away, I'm gonna wait when it dries up. So with the Q-tip, I'm gonna just brush it off rather than like taking everything off. And let me see. Do you like curly lashes? Because I have this device. I don't use it often, but because I'm doing live stream today, my kids love that device. You know, my kids have very long eyelashes, and for some reason, my younger daughter, she doesn't use mascara, but she likes to curl her eyelashes without mascara, which is, I'm okay. You know, like she's 11, and you should see kids at 11 and 12. They already put makeup to school. That drives me crazy. At 12, they don't need makeup. But I encourage my daughter Stella just to wait with the makeup maybe until 14. So she only uses like a little lotion on her skin to, you know, moisturize it. But I don't want her to use mascara at 11. She's almost 12. She's going to be 12 in August. Okay, I can stand here all day separating my lashes because I'm crazy about separating my lashes. And I already looked some tutorials how to use the eyeliner. And I looked at tutorials, and they said if you're lighter complexion, if you're lighter complexion like I am, you don't need the black pencil, because I have a black pencil, but you know, they usually put the black pencil like on the top before, you know, like your. Anyways, it was suggested for the lighter complexion not to use the black pencil because it puts hairs on your face. So you can, I'm 24 now and I'm doing fine without any makeup on and even get compliments. But school was brutal. Oh my gosh, yeah, school is brutal. Stella, who is Stella? I love you. Videos. Stella, welcome Stella. My daughter's name is Stella. I hope your daughter doesn't have to go through the same. Amazing. Wow, my name is Stella. The name is Stella. Oh, did you read my comments? Yeah, I did. I did. The school was beautiful. And yes, the Q-tips to the rescue. Hi, said hi. Okay. Okay, so what do you think? I put a little too much mascara. See, when it's gonna dry on your eye, it's not gonna get smudged. With the Q-tip, it's just gonna get like brushed off. So I looked some tutorials. Next time I'll try to do the eyeliner, but for my skin tone, they suggested I do light brown eyeliner, and then I use 2 or 3 different eyeshadows to try the smoky eyes. And I watched tons of videos about smoky eyes and I still don't get this concept to put a line and then, you know, kind of like bump it in, and then I see all these beautiful eyeshadows you put in the middle of your eye, like glossy ones and shiny ones. So I'm like, oh, I still have to learn. I'm still learning. So next time, I'm not gonna promise you that maybe next time we do eyeshadows, but I'm gonna practice on my own without being on camera first, and then maybe I'll come out and I'll tell you, finally, I'm getting more comfortable with putting eyeshadows. So the only thing you're not gonna see here today is eyeshadows. So instead of eyeshadows, I just put a little bit of concealer around my eyes, and the concealer you can okay, take back my words. Like instead of eyeshadows, I'm gonna use this highlighter, and I'm gonna put dry highlighter. I'm gonna just put a little bit under the eyebrow, so it's gonna kind of feel like my eye is more open. And under the eyebrow, it's like, see this little part? It's the tallest part of your of my eye under the, so it kind of like opens my eyes a little better. So oh my gosh, so they're not quite eyeshadows. I use the highlighter to do the trick, and you can put just a little bit in your corner to make your eyes not tired and blue inside your corners. But the concealer has to do the trick. The concealer in this case lighten up your eye when I put it under my eyes, around my eyes, and the concealer is a good base for your eyeshadows. So next time I'll try to do eyeshadows, but see how highlighter makes everything looks, like the light bounces of the highlighter, and it lights up, and it kind of opens the eye and makes it look a little bit brighter. So what do you think? You like it? So I have to go 137. Let's put a little bit of, we have a very similar complexion, by the way. I think that the same products that look good on you will also good on me. Yes. I don't like too gray, I don't like too black, and I don't like too dark. No, don't I'm not here to promote any brands. I'm just sharing because, you know, I have watched a lot of people who are doing makeup, and they have the whole list, and that's the paid promotion. I don't have a paid promotion. I like bargains, and I like any brand that, you know, any brand can be good if you like the, you know, if you like the texture of the product, if you like the smell of the product, if you like how it, you know, you feel it on your face. So I don't tell you buy this versus this, because I like to buy from the budget brands and I like to buy from a little more expensive brands. But you know, it's so many products, so many brands on the market, that it's really up to you how much you want to spend, and do you feel the need to spend. Or you can find the drugstore brands that work perfectly fine for you, and you feel like, you know, like you feel great. It's all about how you feel about applying them, and it's all about how they, you know, do with your skin. Do you have allergies? Do you have, you know, irritations? Do you have rashes? So Korean cosmetics nowadays, it's very affordable cosmetics, and I think they make very good products too, that considered even dupes for the luxury brands. Nothing wrong with this e.l.f. Halo. Like, people who doing comparisons, they still have this e.l.f. highlighter, and you know, we don't judge people by the brand name they use. We judge people for how they act, and how they behave, and you know, how kind, and you know, how complete they are. We don't judge people by the brand they use, and we don't judge people by, you know, money they spend on the clothes or food. I hope you understand that. So that you know, comment about your girlfriend, that was a little bit silly. You shouldn't dump your girlfriend for wearing Revlon. She might look like very pretty in a potato sack, and that's all what matters. You're so beautiful. Thank you. The lipstick tied it together. Thank you. Thank you. And this is from Lancome. It was very inexpensive, and it was a very light, and it doesn't bother me if it's a day makeup. I use it to go to work, and I can reapply it during the day. It's very nice and light. Can I have a shout out? Cutes Craft. Yes, who you want shout out? Can I have a shout out? Cutes Craft. Shout out to Cutes Crafts. She likes to do crafts. She's a very talented craft person. Shout out to her. Fun fact. In South Korea, it's currently trendy to buy skincare products from Germany. Oh, interesting, etc. While we all want South Korean products. Yeah, it's always like that. We want something that it's less achievable, but when we have it, it's only a moment of happiness. The happiness should come from within, not from outside. Thank you so much for being with me this live stream. I hope you had a fun time. Next time we'll talk about more philosophical questions. We deal with any age. So stay optimistic, love your kids, love your parents, be nice to each other, forgive people for their mistakes and move on, and forgive yourself for your own mistakes, because life is not perfect. Just, you know, be gentle with yourself and your feelings, and just have lower expectations, because you're going to be surprised that if you have lower expectations, life is going to give you more joys if your expectations are met and exceeded. So just, you know, the beauty starts when you decide to be yourself. Be yourself, whatever you feel like doing in terms of putting makeup, not putting makeup. It's really your choice, and be proud of yourself for who you are and what you do in life and how you treat others, rather than what you can afford and what you're buying. Thank you. Love you all. Kate B. Have a good weekend, the rest of your weekend. Bye bye. I hope you can see my long lashes. I'm flirting with you. Okay, bye. Love you all.